Hello and good morning, Skullies. Welcome back to my rules analysis. Now, I'm gonna say it before you say it. Where the hell have I been? Yeah. So it's been 12 days since I last uploaded an analysis video. So I told you guys in my life update video that I just started a full-time position, but what I didn't tell you guys is where that full-time position is. So before we get into this episode, give me 30 seconds to explain to you, and I have a little message at the end, and then we'll go straight back into Rue and Jules. If you don't want to listen to my motivational speech, my little talking session right now, you can go ahead and skip. But for my real Skullies, listen. So around July, I joined the Biden for President campaign as an intern. And by August, I was promoted to a junior video editor at the Biden for President campaign. Yes, Biden as in Joe Biden, as in the President of the United States. Yeah, the future President of the United States. It's crazy to me just to think that a little old college graduate like me could get a position like this out of college, but it's been an amazing experience. But it's also a campaign, so it's hectic, and it's basically what I've been spending a lot of my time doing is just working on the campaign, making sure that we can do the best that we can to get this young man, old man, orange man out of the office. So my little spiel, my little message at the end of this is to say that if you are in the United States and you're watching my video, chances are you are queer, or you're black, or you're a woman. You need to vote because you're voting for you. You're voting for me as a black queer woman in America. I got all the shit stacked against me. And if you're a white woman watching, think about me. And I'm not here to tell you at all like who to vote for, but my thing is you just need to vote. Get up there, and you know, it's probably too late to early vote, but I need you to get out there on November 3rd and let's get this man out of office, and let's get an actual sane human being into office. Thank you. That was my TED Talk. Thank you for listening. Let's get into what you came for. That is the rules analysis. So let's get into episode 3, Made You Look. So it was this episode that things started to get a little rocky between Rue and Jules. The lines start to get a little blurred, and I personally just started questioning Jules as a person. The episode opens with Rue standing in front of her NA group and telling them that she's been 60 days clean, which we all know is not entirely true. She then tells us that after that night at Fez's house, remember? Basically, she got in much deserved trouble for disappearing from her mom's house for more than 16 hours. How do you do that as a teenager? How? And then a black mom? As soon as Rue walks in the door, there's her mom giving her that look, and she quickly assumes that Rue's doing drugs, as she probably should, because where else, what the hell would she be for 16 hours? The scene gets more and more intense, and you see Gia giving us Viola Davis crying face, and she's clearly uncomfortable with what's going on, and things start to heat up between Rue and her mom.
Mom, I don't want to have to tell you everything that's going on in my life.
Where they do that at? Her mom isn't the only one that's upset with her.
I'm not trying to become best friends with someone who's gonna fucking kill themselves.
I know. I didn't mean this.
At that moment, Rue realized like, oh no, I can't hurt Jules. I can't hurt this girl. And you can clearly see that Jules is worried about her, but something that she said, basically what she said in general, kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I've been through like enough traumatic shit in my life that I can't like.
I get it.
So she had me at the first half, not gonna lie. Of course, nobody wants to be friends with someone who literally is trying to kill themselves. Obviously not purposefully, but is doing something at the detriment of themselves. Nobody wants to deal with that. And of course, Jules is a 17-year-old girl. No one should have to deal with that, let alone a 17-year-old girl having to deal with her friend overdosing on drugs. Like, that's messed up. But, Jules, why you gotta make it about you? Why are you making it about you? I feel like everything always just comes back to Jules and how Jules feels ultimately. Now, is it Jules' complete fault? I don't think it is. I mean, that's just her as a person. But Rue just kind of fell into it. So I'm like kind of torn between like, does Jules actually truly care about Rue's sobriety? I feel like she did in that first half, but in the second half, it just seems like she just doesn't want to deal with it. You know, I just don't want to deal with having a friend like you. Because let's not forget.
Didn't you just get out of rehab?
Yeah,
Should I be concerned?
maybe.
And granted, she had just met Rue, so like what was she gonna do? Is she gonna tell her not to do drugs? And also, side note, why are they laid up like this? Like, I'm genuinely curious as to like, do you guys really cuddle up with your best friends like this? I mean, I did, but then we ended up in a relationship. So I'm just confused. so just from that, I'm just looking at it from as far as interpretation. It's like at this point in the story, we know that Jules knows that Rue has some type of crush on her from the scenes that we have seen earlier. We know that she knows, she sees it. Girl, we peep that you see it. However, you keep doing these things to lead her on, in a sense. And you talking to old boy on the side, which we're going to get into in a second. You're talking to old boy on the side while laid up with Rue and making it about you. So that like directly brings me to what I wanted to talk about this episode. And that is Jules just completely oblivious, or is she intentional what she's doing and she's really just cruel? And I truly don't want to believe that Jules is cruel. I don't think that she's a bad person. I just think that the girl is either dumb or stupid. I found this website that analyzes and breaks down every single character. And they broke down Jules, and they talk about the things that I want to talk about here that I've been perplexed by this whole time. So I'm going to read it out to you guys. So they call Jules innocently insensitive. She's not a mean person by nature, which has the side effects of making her occasionally oblivious to when her actions harm others. Jules. Girl, I don't know. I'm trying to make this decision. I'm trying to figure out, okay, is she just dumb, stupid, or insensitive? And I feel like it's a little bit of both, to be real with you. She could pass for oblivious up until next episode. That's all I have to say. Up until next episode. And this description goes into specific examples of what they believe, and I'm going to counter them in these upcoming episodes because Jules got to go already. Jules got to go. And you'll see a little bit later in this episode why. But I can't hate her because I'm like, I've been there, girl, making mistakes that be affecting other people. Be like, dang, oh, I didn't know. So been there. We can't fault her, but we can be frustrated. And again, like I said in the very first episode, hold her accountable. But that don't mean we hate you, girl. We don't hate you, Jules, but you need to get your shit together. But let's finish out the scene.
I don't want to be around you if you don't stop using drugs.
Okay.
I mean it.
I don't. I'll stop. I promise.
And it was at that exact moment that Rue decided to put Jules before anyone, including herself. She's putting Jules first and replacing the center of her life from drugs to Jules. The show takes us back to Rue's NA meeting, and she said something pretty revealing.
The hardest part has been feeling like I owe it to myself.
And that's how you know she's not doing this for herself. She's doing it for Jules. And when you do something for someone else, this shit don't last. It don't. And it doesn't work. All while
Jules was falling in love.
It's gonna take a bit of work. A whole work.
boom, boom, boom.
Now that you're here.
She killed it. She killed it. And now that I think about it, I'm low-key hurt that the music was used over a montage of Nate and Jules instead of Rue and Jules. But it's okay. The shots make up for it. It's during this montage that we notice that Rue notices that Jules is looking at her phone a little bit too much.
I'm just saying I really, really, really like him.
Ooh, Shy Guy 118.
His name is Tyler.
Doesn't really matter, both little fuckboy names.
He's not. For real, like, he's so sweet.
What school does he go to?
St. Mary's.
Ew, private school.
Yes, Rue, come with the jealousy. See, look, I like jealousy. Jealousy is very attractive. Only a little bit, just tad bit, and we cool. But we see you're jealous. You're jealous, Rue. You're jealous.
Not jealous.
Girl, what? And this is around the point you realize that Rue is not a reliable narrator at all. But it was kind of messed up for Jules to throw that in her face, like she said. You see what I mean? Jules is being, again, insensitive. Why would you, like, that's the stupidest, why would you say, are you jealous? Like, that doesn't make any sense, you know? And if you really care about Rue and you love Rue, whatever, you wouldn't say little jabs like that. So, I don't know. Tell me in the comments below, is she emotionally insensitive intentionally, or is she just...
I mean, you've been acting weird, like, all week.
What?
Yeah, like, every time I'm on my phone, you just stop talking. You're literally like my dad.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Yikes. Yeah, I've been there. You know, I fell victim to the clutches of loving your best friend, and it is not cute when they're talking to somebody else on the side and you're like avoiding looking at the phone, or, you know, you just like, you're hyper aware of that person being on their phone and you're trying not to act different, but you end up acting different, and then that person notices and they're like, why are you mad? So I get it. And I understand definitely where Jules is coming from, because she's just like, why are you mad? So again, this goes to maybe she's just oblivious, but also Jules, get it together. Rue, you're jealous. Jules thinks it's a good idea to ask,
You want to see his dick?
and again, I say, Jules gotta go. Take me to the brain cell that told her to say, it's just, you see, I just keep going back and forth. Is she being insensitive for real, for real? Is she serious? I just need somebody to make it make sense. The next scene with them together,
I mean, it's huge, right?
every lesbian's reaction. But things start to heat up a little bit, because the next day at lunch, Jules asks Rue,
I need your help.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I want, like, good professional partial nudes.
whew, and Rue's trying to keep her cool, but girl.
Yeah. It's like easy, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like so easy. Cool, whatever. She played that off. I don't know what I would have done in that situation, but she played that off, and now Rue, it's your debut, it's your time. I just love how this show shows the rawness and like the realness of growing up in that time period. I came out a little bit later in life, so I didn't experience this stuff until my 20s. And so for Rue to be 17 and experiencing seeing her friend naked for the first time, you know, it's cool, you know, it's cool. Are we just gonna keep going? Because I feel like I'm not saying the right things here. So the time has come for Rue to become a soft porn photographer. First and foremost, Hunter, baby, you are serving body. Yes, ma'am, thank you. Second, why do those pictures look so real? Like, oh my God. And third, Rue is like literally every single one of us lesbians with our straight girlfriends or friends around us that are girls when they're changing. At least back when we were in the closet. I don't care anymore, you know? I feel like I've graduated from that baby gay stage where you just... Maybe I still get a little bit... Yeah, I'm lying. I probably still get a little bit nervous. I don't think we ever leave that, unfortunately. Sorry. And Jules, this girl, she doesn't know how to read the room. First, she's cutting herself in the very beginning. She got some issues, but Jules asked Rue...
Do I look hot? Yeah. Like, hot enough that you'd want to fuck me, or like cute?
Like me? Or like him? Me?
Either. Yeah.
Poor Rue. That is, you know, it's an honest question for Jules to ask, not gonna lie. But again, you know she likes you. So why would you ask her that? Obviously she would. It's just a whole mess. I'm just embarrassed for Rue, but luckily her mom called her and saved her flustered ass. And before I even get into what happened when Rue got on the phone with her mom, it's just like the fact that Jules clearly sees that Rue is getting anxious. And Jules is, you think I look hot? You think I look hot? You think I look, like, it's just like, she's, is she really this oblivious? This is the question of the day. Is Jules really oblivious? I gotta know. Rue gets on the phone with her mom, and Jules is doing that, you know, the messing with, you know, when you mess with your friend when they're on the phone with their mom, or you make some like funny noises. No, Jules is just tapping on her knee, like looking at her, like honestly, some shit that I would do when my girlfriend's on the phone, you know? So it's just all these things that Jules is doing. And it's just like, baby, do you know that what you're doing is actually having a sort of impact on this girl next to you? On the phone call, Jules overhears that Rue actually has been sober for 2 weeks. Yay, good for Rue. That's a huge step. So she's been sober for 2 weeks. And that completely excites Jules because she jumps on her and she gives her a hug and gives her kisses all over her face. Kisses all over her face. And she's basically naked. Come on. like, I mean, this is like the worst. These are the worst mistakes you can make to lead somebody on obliviously. And she's just like, it's like everything that she shouldn't be doing is she's doing. But as we can see, Rue is clearly enjoying this, and it just hurts my heart. It's just like, I wanna save her. I wanna save Rue. Like, oh baby.
I've never met anyone in my entire life like Jules.
But you know, Rue got a little hot and bothered, so she had to go downstairs, get some water, and she is at a crossroads. So while she goes downstairs to get water, she notices on the kitchen island that there are pills there from Jules's dad. And it's just one of those moments where you see things flashing before you, and I think they really portrayed it perfectly on screen. This whole series, I'm a gas up A24. I just love A24. I'm really waiting for them to hire me, but things get a little intense between, it's a nice little stare off between the pill bottle and Rue. And you see that she's truly standing, she's literally standing in between Jules up the stairs and then the pill bottle on the island. And so it's just like the dark side, the angel or the devil, which one? And Rue ends up choosing the pills. And you know what? Like, obviously not for Rue, but just for the show's sake, I'm super glad that they did that, because being an addict, it's not that cute. It's not cute. It's not black and white. You don't just meet a girl and she shows you the whole world and you just stop doing drugs. That's not how that works. I love that they keep that reality aspect of it, where she hasn't completely been able to transfer all of her entire drug addiction, her entire addiction or need for euphoria over to Jules. She still will go back to what she knows, especially when she's upstairs taking nudes for a whole other person. So she doesn't have that security in Jules. So she'll always, back of her mind, see that shiny pill that will always be more dependable than Jules could ever be. So I'm just glad that they were able to portray that she's not just gonna be cured because she met this girl. You know, she's gonna have slip up, she's gonna make mistakes. So sadly, after the 2 weeks that she's been sober for Jules, it can only last so long. She needs to do it for herself. So she gives in, grabs the pills, but not without goodbyes to Jules.
I gotta go, but I love you.
Okay.
And I'll see you later. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
It just warms my whole heart. Oh, I love you, love you, love you. Love it. I'm sorry. It's the little things. It's the little things for me. Rue ends up taking the pills, and basically that takes us back to the scene in the very beginning where she was at the NA meeting talking about her 60 days, when she's clearly up there high as shit. She's a straight savage. Who goes to NA high? Like, that's like going to AA drunk. Like, she's straight savage, but addict behavior. That's Rue. That's what they're selling here. She catches the attention of none other than, remember from last episode, Ali. Yeah, he hits her with the biggest reality check, and she was just not expecting it at all. They have quite the revealing conversation. He really hits her in the jugular with this reality check. And one of the first questions he asked her is, who found you when you overdosed? And so right there, you know, Gia is her soft spot. That's what we've been learning. It's her family, her mom, and Gia especially. That is her soft spot. So he hit her right then and there, and she's just like, she's trying to play it off because clearly she's high, but she's just like, what the, like, she doesn't know how to deal with it. And that's how we're first introduced to Ali. He is not on games. He's for real. He the real deal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's just trying to laugh it off because she's caught off guard, but he hits her with the,
listen, young blood.
so clearly she wasn't fooling anybody. He knew she was high. After that beatdown that he gave her, he does hit her with a silver lining, a nice offer at the end.
I'm Ali. Let me know when you want to stop trying to kill yourself. You need some pancakes.
Now remember, he said, let's get some pancakes. We're gonna remember that because we don't forget free food. Pancakes.
Rue! Hey!
Yes? What?
It's the perk up for me, but the whole shot, but the whole, Rue said, she's like a little puppy dog for Jules. It's so sad and cute and but this whole shot was completely beautiful. But let's take a moment to really look at this scene.
Tyler wants to meet.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
In like person?
Yeah.
That's cool.
The moment when the person from the phone becomes real. And at first, Rue was very supportive, but then she just started to get worried.
Jules, I don't really care about the situation because it just doesn't seem safe.
I've been in situations that are way less safe. Like,
Okay, but that's not really the point, right? The point is it's dangerous.
And even in this whole scene, one thing I will say is I don't even believe that Rue was being jealous at that moment. She was truly just looking out for her safety. Jules, girl, we know you've been in crazier situations. However, we're trying to prevent that from happening because Jules, as we learn, she doesn't even care about herself. You know, she may be thinking of herself, but she doesn't care about herself. And Jules has a very, very twisted relationship, not only with her gender identity, and that's something we're gonna keep exploring throughout, but Jules got some goddamn issues. And basically, Rue is trying to be that protection for her, but Jules, nah, she don't feel like she needs to be protected. Jules is more so like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna meet this random guy in the park. She's just more apt to go with the flow, do things like that. Where Rue is more of a, let's think practically, you know, this, and it could be a good balance between the two, because opposites do attract, but I truly do believe that it is at the detriment of both of them. It's not working. It's not working already. But, and the crazy thing to note is here Rue is looking completely out for Jules' safety when she doesn't even think about her own. You see all those times that she fell over because she was too high or too drunk. Like she truly doesn't care about her own body, her own existence, but she cares about Jules.
out of everyone in the world, I wanted to tell you. So I thought you'd be happy.
We see that Jules isn't happy, which means Rue isn't happy. Jules doesn't show up to class and Rue is visibly worried, agitated, anxious, and shaking. And she sends a message to Jules. But the real heart-wrenching part for me was this. A very anxious Rue shows up at Jules' house and she's banging on the door like she's the police. But for me, it's just seeing Rue like that, it really just makes my heart clench because I know how that feels to just feel completely lost, to be merged with another person. Literally, she merged with this girl. To be merged with someone so much that you don't know what's going on with them, and so you're so deeply anxious and deeply worried that you can't focus on anything else around. Yes, girl, I've been there. So seeing Rue like that, it just it hurt. It hurt.
You have to understand that I just want you to be safe, okay? I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And, you just can't be mad at me for wanting you to be okay. You can't be anxious, Just It hurts my heart too much.
Now you have to recognize, if you're not a person who suffers from anxiety, you don't know how hard it is for someone with anxiety to do this. Like she's so anxious. She's thinking of all of the possibilities of what could possibly be wrong. And she takes that anxiousness, shows up at the girl's house and tries to talk to her. Like that's huge. Rue really loves Jules, and Jules don't deserve her. She just doesn't. And Jules is just watching Rue's breakdown, and she's just in shock because she doesn't really understand it. But I'm glad that she, got up and was able to comfort her.
I'm not mad at you.
Just the best thing that's happened to me in a really long time, and I just don't want anything bad to happen. So just please don't be mad at me.
But remember when I said the lines get blurred? Yeah, it's here.
I love you. I really do.
I love you too.
You're a mess, you know that? So are you. I hate everyone else in the world but you.
And see, no, I don't accept Jules' shock. I don't accept it. And now for anybody who wants to say that Jules is oblivious, she knows now. She knows for sure now. But I don't fully accept her shock because all the signs were there.
I'm sorry. I should go.
I can tell you, though, that her shock in this moment, all the time that she might have led Rue on, it's all like flashing before her eyes. She's like rolling back and thinking of all the times that they've been together and how it could have led to something so intimate as a kiss. Ooh, and I just feel so hard for Rue. I feel so hard for Rue, and Jules is shocked, and Jules is shocked. Very anxious Rue ends up where, you guessed it, but her visit doesn't go as planned.
Sorry, I can't help
Fez, I've had a really fucked up day, all right? Like, it's been a really, really fucked up day, okay? So I need you to open the door for me, okay? Can you open the door, please?
I'm not gonna help you kill yourself, Rue.
This whole scene, is really why I think she won that Emmy, because the acting, wow, she embodied the addict behavior, but shit is deep, and I'm not even gonna get into how I feel about Rue and Fez, but as you can see, Fez.
Open the door!
I can't do it.
Open the door!
Sorry.
Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! You did this to me! You did this to me, Fez.
Fez doesn't give her the drugs, and I feel like it's at this point that Rue truly hits her rock bottom. And for me personally, I'm a big believer in somebody has to hit that rock bottom for them to climb to the top. I had a friend who was going down this deep, dark depression. Even me, I've been down these deep, dark depressions, and it's just like, no one can help you. She's an addict, Rue's an addict. No one can help her but herself. She has to do it for her. And so she hit rock bottom at that moment. The drug's not coming. She fucked it up with Jules. Things are not going well with her family. She feels she's hit rock bottom. She's hit what looks like rock bottom for her. And you know what you do when you hit rock bottom? You get pancakes.